EnglishSimmer here, and the other day we got our first look. Actually, I shouldn't say first look because it was in fact leaked and the leaks were correct. We got a more in-depth look at The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories, which is the brand new game pack all about weddings in The Sims 4. There is actually a live stream which is happening Friday the 11th. That was messed up in the description, I think, and also maybe the blog post. Friday the 11th at 11 a.m. PST, which is 7 p.m. GMT if you are like me. Just a heads up, because I know there were conflicting parts of information about that. But before that live stream, I basically wanted to record this video that is everything you might have missed about The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories, because the gurus, the Sims team, have been very active on Twitter, basically answering people's questions, giving cheeky little hints and teasers, more screenshots and things like that. So we're gonna go over these things just in case you aren't active over on Twitter and may not have seen these things. We are starting off strong with some little sneak peeks. These were actually some of the screenshots that were included on the blog post. They were taken by Sim Guru Nova, Molly represent, name twin, even though it's spelled a different way. I do not claim to be Molly with a Y, okay? That goes to Sim Guru Nova. We have this one right here, which these kind of just give you, like, I guess some new objects that are coming that we maybe really didn't get to see all too much in the trailer. So we have this, like, gazebo thing, which we did see. It's stunning. I absolutely love it. This gives me vampire vibes. I don't actually think it is vampire. I think this is probably included in the new game pack. But I don't know, with just like the cravat, the little neck ruffles, it's giving big vampire energy. We have some little candles down here with, are these orchids? Are they? I think they're peace lilies. Are they? I don't know. I don't really know my flowers. I'm a big fan of plants, but I do not know flowers all that well. And then we have the chairs that like pretty much just have like all the flowers and decoration. I'm kind of hoping that these like chairs will also come with plain variants. I assume that they will, for like people who either just want to use them in homes so that they're definitely like transferable between like builds and things like that. I really like this. I'm very much, considering this is at the end of an aisle, I'm very much assuming that this is a new wedding arch, which is sick. This is like really cool for like taking photos under and stuff like that. We obviously have the new piano, which there's a better look at this. We have some new pedestals. I can't tell if this is a dance floor. I feel like it is, which will be really nice because I don't think we've had dance floors since Get Together. And just having like more options for them is quite nice indeed. So I have my fingers crossed that this is a dance floor. It kind of matches the tiling, so I can't just tell if it's maybe like a decorative rug that's like see-through, but the tiles on it give me a dance floor vibe. I'm assuming that this is a window and not a door. Whilst it looks like a door, it actually has like a little gate over it. So obviously the Sims wouldn't be able to leave through that. It gives the impression of like a little veranda. Let me move myself. We have a wedding cake over here. It's like a little like love heart one. We have the bride and groom sat over here. And then we also, which I know I talked about in my trailer, we have the drinks fountain and the food buffet table, which obviously did come in luxury party stuff. And honestly, like they're the gameplay elements of luxury party stuff. Obviously, I have had luxury party stuff for a very long time in my game. I bought it when it came out. That's not the case for everyone. There could have been someone who literally decided to buy luxury party stuff like last week before they even knew that these objects were coming in the game. I do think it's nice to have variation. Obviously, this isn't exactly the same. It has a different look to it. So there is that argument as well that whilst it is the main gameplay item. It does look different, and not everyone's getting it. It's not like the hot tub where it's a base game update. And under Nova's tweet, Benji actually said, I love all of these. Could you tell us if this object is decor only or functional? It's actually at the bottom of this picture. So it's, yeah, it kind of looks like an ice bucket with champagne in it. And Nova replied, pretty toasty in here, huh? Which is suspicious because it's outside. And whilst it looks like Tartosa might be a warm climate, however, pretty toasty in here, definitely think that's a hint towards us getting toast, which we do technically already have. Your Sims can toast in seasons, especially when it's New Year. I don't know if they can toast anything else. Ash then decided to update their profile picture. A lot of the gurus have done this, so if you want to go check out their profile pictures, just go check out their Twitters. I'm not going to go through everyone's. I just wanted to mention Ash's because I'm fairly sure that these are new earrings. This is one of the new dresses, I'm fairly sure, in like this really nice blush tone. Definitely a new wedding ring from the looks of it. And then we also got some new nails. SimGuru Ninja tweeted out what I think was possibly my favorite item from the trailer, and it was this little cow plant cake topper. I absolutely love it. I think it's so cute. Cow plants in love. You know the Dinosaurs in Love song? I just want to continue singing that, but just about cow plants in love. It's so flippin' sweet. So we got a little look at that. And then Evan actually responded, hey Ninja, how many lots are in the world? Is it residential or vacation? How many neighborhoods? And Ninja didn't go through all of those answers. That would be giving too much away, but did tease, we'll show off this residential world in depth real soon and give you all the details. So confirmed, we can actually live in this world. Thank goodness it's not just a vacation world. To be honest, I was doubting whether it would be. Obviously with the base game update before Snowy Escape, it basically turned any residential also into a vacation world because you could have rental lots, which kind of gives me hope. I know one of you asked me like, how many lots do you think it will be over on Twitter? And considering they've already said that we have like dedicated spaces to get married and they're community lots built by Simmers, I'm assuming that this might actually be on the bigger side of game pack worlds. Like maybe, I can't remember off the top of my head how many lots Strangerville had, but I'm definitely thinking it's probably going to be more Strangerville vibes than it is, for example, the Realm of Magic world or the Vampire world, because they had like 5 lots in them. And then we also got this picture of SimGuru Ninja, which is just of the waterfalls, like part of that world with this amazing like bridge over it. It definitely seems very picturesque. I take pictures all the time in like Salvadorado when my Sims go, and I feel like this world is also going to be super similar to that. Hopefully your Sims can actually go on here. Benji was getting all the goss. Hopefully that area is also swimmable, and SimGuru Ninja responded with yup. So our Sims can actually like swim in this place. Obviously we are getting a little beach. Wait, is that a little heart in the sand? Oh my goodness, it is. I hope that that's just not drawn in there. I hope that's not just like environmental. I hope that like your Sims, how cute would it be if your Sims could actually like draw them? I have loads of these patterns down on my Animal Crossing island. Speaking of environmental effects, bad news for all of you eagle-eyed fans out there who managed to see this little hot air balloon. Are we getting hot air balloons or is this just background fodder? And Ninja responded with, it is just a background visual. You can't go in hot air balloons. You can't rent them out. You can't have a super amazing date in this world on a hot air balloon. SimGuru Frost teased this. Attention Simmers, please take your seats. It's an interaction. This is the back of a chair, so I'm assuming you hit the chairs whilst you are throwing a wedding, and you are actually able to have your Sims sit down and focus on the wedding. I have everything crossed that this is gonna come in the base game update before this pack actually drops, which is interesting because I actually want to do a video before this pack comes out of looking at how weddings currently work, because sometimes my Sims will sit Other times they absolutely won't. So before this officially comes out, before I even get my hands on it, I want to make sure how the base game weddings actually like look and what they feel like right now, because if Sims still don't sit, I would really expect this to be in a base game update. People have dealt with Sims not sitting at weddings for like the last 7 years, and if it's behind the pack expense, I'm just not a fan of that. In my trailer video I mentioned I wonder if the flower pals will be able to be like different ages, or whether you do actually only have to have children. Simgur and Ninja, they have a little flower basket, so I'm assuming that this sim right here is a flower pal. This would suggest that you can actually ask a sim of any age to be your flower pal, and probably also your ring bearer, which makes me very, very happy. I did actually tweet out, I hope that cats and dogs can be ring bearers, because how flippin' sweet would that be? That's something in real life that people do. I'm not really expecting anything from that, to be honest. I feel like cats and dogs doesn't get crossplay very often when it comes to packs in The Sims 4, so I highly doubt that's gonna happen, but hey, a girl can dream. But don't get your hopes up, because I don't think it's gonna happen. I tweeted it, I didn't direct it to any of the team, but no one responded. Chantal actually said, any chance, excuse this terrible screenshot, means we can be married to more than one partner. And the screenshot said, details may begin. You can make your weddings, and then it's got a plural S, uniquely yours. And Ninja actually responded with, currently limited to one spouse, but definitely want to support this in the future. So that was kind of just getting at, you know, your Sims can already get divorced in the game, and they can have multiple weddings in their lifetime. But this is really nice, because my community, I know for sure a lot of people want to see that polyamorous representation. There is current ways to do it in the game. However, you have like the negative connotations of the player trait, and you have to complete an aspiration to do that. And then you also have free love, but that kind of affects like the neighborhood rather than just your like sim and your house specifically. So the fact that they even acknowledge this, I know it's like 7 years down the line, but there is hope on the table that this could be supported in the future, and that we could have that representation for polyamorous relationships. The one and only Taz demanded, make that tea set functional. We've seen this tea set all throughout the trailer. The woman who was actually making a cake at the beginning had a cup of tea. This is definitely functional. The Sims team have like hinted towards it. Thank you, Madeleine, for tagging me in this, but Simgurash was basically like, we got you. This definitely seems to be one of the team's favorite assets from this pack. It was one of the busts for the tea set you saw in the trailer. You mean the fully functional tea set? That one? Yeah, I'm excited for it too. You mean fully functional tea sets? So we're getting multiple sets. Those ones, you're excited for them? Obviously, all very plural. So we've got more than one tea set, and it is actually functional. And the blog post also mentioned that we were able to have tea ceremonies. And I also do want to talk about this pack not being sold in Russia. The Sims team actually made a statement about how they wanted to tell their story, and they felt that it was a story that they wanted to tell. Obviously, we have a queer couple, we have a women loving women relationship on the front cover, also played a major role in the trailer. And unfortunately, off the back of that, this pack will not be sold in Russia. I think, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, I'm fairly sure it's because it's on the front cover. Russia has always had an 18+ age range on the game, but because those things weren't really like on the covers and you could only really explore them in the game, that's why it was still allowed to be sold and allowed to be played. However, because this one is so focused on that relationship and you can't really get away from a front cover, either Russia have said no to it or the Sims team just like haven't offered. I'm not really too sure which one it is, but the Sims team basically didn't change the cover for the Russian market. And Russian LGBTQIA+ simmers have come forward and said, whilst that's a stand against like obviously like Russia's rules and like homophobia that is within like their laws, unfortunately that means that the LGBTQIA+ community in Russia are now missing out. So whilst EA are taking the stand and they didn't want to change the cover were for Russian laws, and a lot of people said like, oh, EA aren't just doing it for the money, like they're actually putting into action what they believe in. Obviously, that means that the players who actually need that representation and who have played this game for years and like had the game as a safe space are now unfortunately missing out on the wedding representation and having this celebration of their Sims love lives and their own love life and their own sexuality because of Russian laws and EA. On this one, I really do think we should just be listening to the communities that it actually affects. And in this instant, it very much affects the Russian LGBTQIA plus simmers. I know people have suggested like maybe gifting the pack to those players in Russia. We don't know if that's going to work. We don't know how that's going to work with like origin and obviously like where you are geographically wise and your IP addresses and all of that. But if you are affected by this, my heart goes out to you. I hope that you're okay. I'm sending you so much love, and I really hope that we as a community can figure something out, like maybe a loophole somewhere. I have my fingers crossed for it. I would also love to see some clarification just like on maybe how this came about and like the transparency on that, because right now it seems rather muddled whether it's like the power is in Russia's court or if it's on EA. Like, I don't really know the situation all that well. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful to those of you who aren't in the wider Sims community over on other socials. I would still really love to hear what you're looking forward to in this pack. Is there anything that you're hoping that you saw in the trailer that is coming that maybe the team haven't talked about yet? Of course, there is that live stream tomorrow where they'll be going over it more and they'll be taking a look into the pack. They usually go over create a sim, build and buy, and also the gameplay as well. It's twitch.tv/The Sims. I'm not sponsored to promote this. I just want to let you all know so that you don't miss any of the news when it comes to this new game pack, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.